Welcome back to Body Beautiful. With us now is plastic surgeon Dr. Joseph Mealy. We are talking about breasts and breast reductions. First, let me remind you that we're going to be taking your calls live with any questions you have for Dr. Mealy about breast reductions. Here's the phone number, 800-440-4884. We'll also be posting the number for the doctor's office at the end of the segment and during it. And remember, any advice we give you today, obviously you're going to want to consult your own physician as well. Here's a question for you. Women are not the only ones having breast reductions. You do
breast reduction
for men.
Yeah, we call that gynecomastia, which is the word for male breast growth, and it happens at all stages of life. Some people are born, some men are born with breasts that are a little bit bigger. Some will develop breasts during puberty, just like women do. Others will get it later in life, either from changes in hormones or medications.
Well, why are we seeing so much of that? I've been reading that adolescent boys are coming to you because they are developing breasts.
Sure.
And is it in the milk? Is it in the water, the air?
It's a good question, but it also may just be simply that we're weighing a little bit more. And that's someplace that we do store fat, and it makes the breast bigger. There are really two components to the tissue that's in the breast that we're reducing, one being the glandular tissue proper, which in men is a small amount, and then fat, and the fat cells that are in there. So if it's primarily fat, then liposuction tends to work very well to remove the fat cells. If it's primarily glandular tissue that's very, very firm, then sometimes we have to make a small incision around the nipple in order to remove that tough stuff that's right underneath the nipple.
Okay, I mean, obviously first you advise them to go ahead and lose the weight.
Sure.
But does that necessarily happen? I mean, are we talking about actually like a hormonal function that's going on with the body that's decided to grow breasts?
It decides to get bigger in that area, and it's similar to a lot of times what we're doing with the liposuction with one area just wants to be bigger than the area next door, and those proportions are really what we're addressing, is trying to get things into proportion. And for men, when we develop breasts, our clothes don't fit very well. We get kind of self-conscious about,
sure,
going around without our shirt off and such. So in those cases, it can be very helpful.
I mean, are there cases where you remove it through liposuction and then it kind of comes back?
It can.
Revisits?
If someone is gaining a lot of weight back, it may go back to that spot. But usually once you've addressed that area, got it into proportion, then things change in proportion.
Okay. Let's go ahead and take some of our calls. Carol from San Francisco, do you have a question for Dr. Mealy?
I sure have. I'm like a perky 62-year-old lady, and I like to still boogie and dance and do things, but I have a problem with my breasts. They're kind of flat, and I like to know, besides having breast implants, what can he do to help me keep my natural form not too perky?
There are several options. Implants obviously is an obvious one, especially if the loss of volume is primarily way up high and you want to restore volume there. If that's not the goal and you want to just bring things back up, sometimes a breast lift is sufficient. Then some of that volume that gets, falls down below the inframammary fold can be brought back up above the fold and restore the shape of the breast. Usually people want to be a little perky, so if you're already perky, that helps.
She sounds like it. She sounds like she has a good time. Thank you, Carol. Let's see. How about Mary from San Francisco? Do you have a question for Dr. Mealy? We have Mary. Good morning, Mary.
Hello.
Hi. You with us? You have a question for Dr. Mealy?
Yes. My question. Yes.
You're on the air.
Right. Okay. My question is that I have had a lifting and breast reduction about 9 months ago. Actually, I'm 50 years old, and it works great. For 3 months, I was thrilled with what I had done, but I have been through a little pain, little by little, and in past few months, unfortunately, I noticed that the size hasn't changed, but again, that lifting has been disappeared. Like it has been, at the same old situation.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for me to comment on that without ever seeing you, because it depends on where you're starting from and where we're ending up. But I would say it's very common right after surgery to have additional swelling in the breast, which gives you some additional volume. And it may be a situation where adding volume would then make you happy, but I can't tell you over the phone without actually seeing you.
Okay,
when we do lifts, we do like to balance volume and shape.
All right, thank you, Mary. We've got to go to a break, but for more information about Dr. Mealy, you can call 925-943-6353 or go to drmealy.com. Still more to come on Body Beautiful. We'll be chatting with Dr. Mealy and answer more of your phone calls about breasts.